Hey, this is Greg Gomez III with 100KMLM.com and MLM Business Blueprint.com, my new blog. It's fantastic. Go check it out. Basically today I'm talking about the third piece of the puzzle for the 6-step MLM Business Blueprint. Now, I designed this program to be actionable. In fact, I just got an email from one of my students that was talking about, she's been in one of my higher-end coaching programs, and she then took the 6-step program as well, and she just was blown away. She says, you know, everything you've done before is fantastic, but I can't believe you're giving this detailed step-by-step amount of information for newbies to go out there and take action on. It's not fluff, it's not theory, it's not this is what you should try to do or these are the different types of systems you should start educating yourself about. It literally is, this is the first thing you do, this is the second thing you do, and it has video tutorials that walk you through the entire process. Now, one of the most common things I run into for networkers that's kind of a dying art that really shouldn't be, because it's the quickest way to generate mad cash in your business. And let me just flat out ask you, would you like to double and triple the number of enrollments you're getting on a daily basis that you normally get on a monthly basis? Would you like to really hit your bottom line by affecting it and adding tons, 2 to 3 to 5 to even 10 times more profitability in your business in less than a week's time frame? Okay, I can't guarantee any income statements, but I do know one most important thing. This industry still comes down to relationships. Now, you can build social media sites. You can go out there and do warm market marketing, talking belly to belly. But the advantage that this little system has, let me show it to you here real quick. Well, I'll show you my cell phone. Basically, it's a BlackBerry. But this is a telephone, right? This is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to grow your businesses. I would use a landline, one with a headset preferably. But the reason I recommend that is because it's quick, it's easy, it allows you to focus your message to your specific market, and it allows you to generate revenue very, very fast compared to the traditional attraction marketing strategies, as well as the old school belly-to-belly approaches. Let's go with the problems with both sides of that. Going belly to belly, traditional approaches. Talk to your family, just do it belly to bellies, like I call it. You're just sitting there with your big belly. I have a big belly now because my wife just had a baby and I helped her eat everything. So it was belly to belly, and that's where it's face to face. That's what network marketing traditionally was founded on, and that's what they want you to stick with. The challenge with that is it's so time consuming. You can spend months, years, which most folks do, trying to build a business this way, and it's difficult to build any kind of momentum. It doesn't allow you to really leverage your efforts. Yes, some people make it work great for them. For me and the rest of us, it's a terrible strategy because it's too time consuming. Now, on the other side of that is attraction marketing principles. We can add hundreds of people into your downlines, or into your lists, where you can talk to folks and use these social medias. The challenge with that is it's so impersonal, and some of the marketing campaigns by building websites and whatnot and sales letters, you're not collecting feedback directly from your prospect. You just know they're buying or they're not buying, and it's up to you to test out what works. That takes too long. I do use those strategies, but I actually insert something in between that allows me to be much more effective in a lot more shorter of a time frame. It's called prospecting. 80% of your sales, if you do this correctly, this piece correctly, will come from prospecting correctly. I call it the 7 tips of power prospecting. You've gotten a piece of that already. That's by no means the full extent of what you need to do in a prospecting presentation. Those are just 7 points that you should have had. If you didn't get that, go down, if you're on the blog, go down further to where it's the easiest Twitter contest ever, and retweet that message, and you'll be instantly given access to that free training program. That's like a $97 training program. I'm giving it to you for free. And I'm not saying it's $97 value. It really is a $97 package that we're selling, that we will be selling here very shortly, but I'm giving it as a premium out for folks for now until we actually get it finalized and pretty up all the videos and all that other stuff. Okay, so here's the point. Prospecting is by far one of the most important things. Even attraction marketers, these guys that tell you how to build these lead lists, they still admit to this day that if you want to be effective, you need to pick up the phone and learn how to use it. So what do you got to do? This actually teaches you the most powerful prospecting systems that are out there that I've developed over my 13-year career on the phone. Now, I've made over 1 million soliciting phone calls. Let me say that again. I've personally made over 1 million soliciting phone calls. I love using the phone. Why? Because if a person's not a valid candidate, click, thank you very much, move on to the next person, and it puts mass numbers in my favor. And there are a couple of systems and techniques that you can use that will even drive those numbers even further. But Greg, you say, I don't like using the phone. Of course you don't. Nobody does, especially when you've been taught incorrectly how to use it and you never get results from it. But let me tell you something, when you know how to do it correctly and you start generating revenue with the thing, it's going to be one of your favorite friends in the entire world. Let's talk about some points here for prospecting. Prospecting is not about selling, okay? This is one of the big things that's a big misnomer in prospecting. People think that when I get on the phone, I got to sell people, and I don't want to be a slick-haired salesperson like a used car lot guy. And good for you. You shouldn't have to be. And my apologies to anybody who's a slick-haired used car salesperson that's honest, all right? Okay. But the key is you don't want to do any selling. That's not what prospecting is for. Prospecting is all about sifting and sorting. Please don't judge me on the handwriting. I obviously didn't do very well in school. That's what spell check is for, and this doesn't have it. If you find a whiteboard that has spell check, let me know. So I'm doing sifting and sorting. That's the key to prospecting. It's really just a matter of determining who is interested and who is not interested in what it is you have to offer. That's it. They either want it or they don't. That's okay. For those that do, though, you then need a systemized approach to be able to do a 4-step process. Now, this is old school marketing. I'm sure you've heard this before. If you haven't, I'm glad that I'm the person that gets to share it with you. I'd love to claim it as my own, but I am not the genius that discovered this. You guys are going to learn very quickly that most of the stuff I do, well, I should say a good percentage of it is not proprietary material. AIDA. The first A stands for attention. The I stands for interest. The D stands for, I've heard it 2 ways, so I'm going to list it both ways, desire and decision. And then the final A, action. Okay. There's 4 specific things you need to do within a prospecting presentation. The first thing is you need to get a prospect's attention. You need to break their preoccupation. You need to stop them from doing whatever it is they're doing and get their 100% focused concentration on what you have to say. Second thing you need to do is you need to determine interest. Are they interested or not? There's a specific question that you can ask that will immediately allow you to determine interest. That's covered in the prospecting training that we do. Desire and decision. Now, it's listed this way because I actually believe in both processes, although I've heard it specifically different ways. The traditional way is desire. Do you have a desire for the material that we're talking about here? Is that something you truly want? It's really an extension of interest. It's okay. Being interested in something and desiring what you have to offer, 2 very thin line, but it's very important that you understand it. Yes, I'm interested in losing weight. No, I'm not interested in losing weight with your weight loss product. That person is interested, but they don't have a desire for what you have. A person who is interested will say, yes, I want to lose weight, and yes, what you just said to me sounds intriguing. I'd love to learn exactly how I can do that without having to give up my favorite foods or whatever it is. Decision. This is important. They need to make a decision. They need to decide if following you is going to be worthwhile to them or it's not. And this has to be done. This is really a matter of demonstrating your leadership and doing these other 3 processes correctly. In my 6-step training program, we specifically break down for you piece by piece what each one of the scripts are. And in fact, I got a little surprise for you here. But you get them to make a decision. Have you made your decision to do this? If I could show you a way to do X, Y, Z, is that worth 30 minutes of your time to learn how to get that done? That's a decisive question. That's a very powerful question. Write it down. If I could show you a way to do this, is that worth 25 minutes of your time to learn how to get that done? Now, the final piece of it is action. Now, this is where, literally, when you get to a certain piece in your prospecting script, your prospect literally hands, like a horse, right? I'm not going to call your prospects a horse, but they will hand you their reins. They will literally say to you, yes, I'm interested in what you have to offer. Lead me. And if you don't do this correctly, if you don't do this piece of the puzzle adequately, they're not going to follow you. They're not going to listen to anything you have to say. This training program teaches you how to deserve that confidence or build that confidence, how to get over your call reluctance, how to be able to be very, very persuasive in what it is you have to say. More importantly, how to be decisive, how to be able to sift and sort from the folks that are good for you to be able to focus on versus those folks who aren't that good for you to be focusing on. And it's very simple to do. This, my friends, if this was all I was teaching in the program, if this was all you got, you would by far have everything you need to go out there and be double, triple, 100 times more effective in your business on an annual basis than you're doing right now. But the key is to learn how to do these 4 steps. Now, in the program, in the training program, I've got just a minute here before we go. I'm actually going to give you the prospecting script that I've used and developed over the last few years that has earned me millions of dollars in revenue. This has been by far the most powerful prospecting script developed anywhere. Yes, I know that's pretty bold. I know that's pretty powerful. But the reality is that it is by far the most effective prospecting piece of material scripture that's ever been written. I know I shouldn't call it that, but that's what it is. The key here is that you're actually going to get handed that on a silver platter, and you're also going to be trained through video format how to be able to adjust it for your specific business. Yes, I know your industry. I know it very well. So we're going to show you how to be able to use it with your particular company. Again, because we're at time restraints, if you're interested in learning more about the 6-step program, make sure you opt in to the right-hand side here or wherever it happens to be on this page. If you're watching this on YouTube, then click on the link and you can get there directly. And definitely fill in the information. The key here is this. If you want to learn how to be able to add up to 5, 10, 20, 30, 40 people a week into your business, the sky's the limit. You can. Again, I'm Greg Gomez. Fill in the form right now, and then I'll actually show you piece number 4, which is the good stuff. Now we're getting into some really powerful stuff. I look forward to talking to you there.